Welcome to the AI Ireland podcast, your window into the world of AI innovation on the island of Ireland. Join us as we explore how AI is harnessed to tackle both business and societal challenges, revealing the cutting-edge solutions emerging from this vibrant AI community. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and insights in the world of AI. Hello everyone, it is Mark Kelly, founder of AI Ireland, and you're listening to the AI Ireland podcast. And today we are speaking to Lidia and Amy from Lean In Wellness. Amy has been on the podcast before, which you may not have heard, but if you haven't heard it, you need to go back and check out that episode. It was a great episode. And we've got Lidia, who I've spoken to before off air. It was her first time on the show. We're really, really happy to have you both on the show. And both of those ladies are co-founders of Lean In Wellness. And we're going to be finding out a little bit more about their product offering, how they're using AI to add value within that. But before we get straight into the show, would you mind giving me a little bit of overview about the vision about Lean In Wellness, your thoughts on how it came about? Because I think for the work that you're doing, you have to have a bigger vision to want to go on this journey, because anybody that's been involved in startups and getting them up off the ground is an extremely difficult journey with every possible challenge that's thrown in your face. Unless you guys have had it easier, I don't know, maybe. But it's really difficult. But if you had that bigger vision, it can make that discretionary effort go a little bit more smooth.
Thank you very much for having us here. It's great to be able to kind of showcase what we're about. So I suppose, and again, a very short, easy way how it came about. It really came about from frustration. So I've been in this sort of a wellness space, looking at my own wellness, holistic kind of journey for the past maybe 15 years, while I looked into improving, my body, my mind, how I eat, how I sleep, all those different kind of factors. And what I've noticed is that everything, every app, every person that I spoke to, whether it was a kind of a physical coach or, kind of meant holistic one-to-one coaching, any app that I ever got, either it's for yoga or sort of other exercise, it's all really just piling more stuff on your already busy schedule. So you get quite quickly very overwhelmed and you simply give up after a week or two because you just can't keep going. So being an operational excellence kind of lean practitioner, I started looking about in around the pandemic when we were all stuck in the house with nothing really to do. I looked at it from a perspective of the project, right? If I was running a lean project improvement, how would I go about it? So I looked at the vision that I had for my life and for myself. I look at the resources that I had, which is time and energy. And then I looked at the goal and I realized that no one ever sits with you and looks at how you spend your resources. So if you have time and you have energy, we all have 24 hours in a day. We all have certain amounts of energy. So try to lean out what you're already doing. So get rid of the stuff that doesn't add value in your life and in your day. And that will create space for the things that you do want to improve, whether it's your, physical routine or something else. And then also that goal-oriented mindset. So if I have a goal, I'm frustrated every single day until I get to that goal, right? I want to have that six pack. I want to see those kilograms of the weighing scale. I want to have that money saved. So every day I don't have that, it frustrates me and I feel like a failure. But if once I started changing that objective goal-oriented mindset to a continuous improvement mindset, it meant that I have to be only 1% better than I was yesterday. So I have to spend 5 more minutes, doing yoga or meditation. I have to spend 5 more minutes going for a walk. And if I'm able to do that, then over time, so what seems like a very small change will add up to a massive improvement. And being continuous improvement sort of oriented as well. If you slip, so if you go out with your friends for dinner and you have a glass of wine and a dessert, if you have a goal-oriented mindset, you've slipped and you're not going to get back into the same sort of regime the next day because you feel so bad. You feel like, I'm not able to do this. But continuous improvement, it's a lesson. There's no failure, right? So I learned a lesson that, okay, I went out, I had a glass of wine and a dessert. Well, maybe tomorrow then I'm not going to have my dinner, or I'm going to intermittent fast, or I'm going to, do extra 500 steps. So it changes your perception and it really helps you get to where you want to be. So I suppose that's how it came about to, our mission is sort of spreading awareness of the importance of holistic well-being. And we needed to find a way to help people integrate it into their life in a lean way. and teaching people about the importance of that mind, body, and soul connection. So we started thinking of developing a coaching program using lean methodology and powered by AI, which Amy will be able to talk about a little bit more.
Yeah, brilliant. And if people don't understand, lean, it's just kind of like being really kind of optimal about your processes, about how you're kind of going about doing things. And there's so much opportunity to kind of just refine how we go about doing things, that
Absolutely.
if you get into a bit of a flow, it's just kind of, I suppose it's just kind of squeezing the sponge tight, isn't it? And just trying to get all that water out of it and just trying to do more with less, which is a great philosophy to have anyway. And it's amazing for the whole earth that we live on if we actually have this type of philosophy. Amy, from the AI perspective, building on what Lydia says, how do you go about utilizing this technology to start to have more of a personalized impact or of a kind of a more productive goal?
Yeah, it goes without saying, it's being in the field this long, 15 years of experience here, and trying different things. And, our last previous startup as well was part of the AI Awards previously, continuously trying to find better ways of doing things using AI, leveraging AI, but always focus on the aspect and the principle that I live by. If I want to use AI and participate with my knowledge in the field, it got to be for good. It deprives me from that joy that I always seek to have in everything I do. So without a purpose or without like a principle like that, maybe we would deviate. But for me, I'm really, really focusing and keen on giving or participating with innovative AI, but still feel good about it. The previous experience that I did with the startup and, understanding and focusing on, cognitive science and my PhD, understanding the human mind, how does it work? How does it adjust patterns? How do you break patterns? How to improve. So we understand that from a cognitive science perspective, how we work from an algorithm kind of or pattern perspective. And then understanding, the mental health aspect, especially, with the mind previously and all of that. I try to integrate those two along with my experience now with the consultancy space in EY, understanding how actually AI is being, productionized. How is it operating? What's the market like now? Where's the gaps actually? Where's the opportunities? Taking all of that into account, we kind of figured out, okay, there's a lot of AI in the space, and innovation is accelerating in an unprecedented manner. We were never at a state that we are today. Taking all of that now, how can I integrate the best out there to produce the best, but with a purpose? So I want to connect those two. I see, Lydia with her view of there's a holistic approach to this. Nothing is like disconnected. It's all connected. If you really want to help someone, you need to personalize it as much as possible. It's what we like to call hyper personalization. People will not use products, services, apps unless it really caters to their needs. Otherwise, they will use it for a while and just go to the next better thing. If we want to really stand up in the markets, we need to use the best technology out there, but also focus that it needs to be very adaptable and interchangeable in a speedy manner. So there's no doubt that we will always focus on what's currently in space now, using the large language models, similar to the ChatGPT. We're going to have to integrate, NLP, voice, image processing, and automating the whole kind of information from the client or from the customer using the app to deliver the same services, but for each client it's going to be different based on their pattern of behavior, based on their needs, based on what they really want to work on. And people don't want in this day and age go and use the app and actually click here and there. They want to write down straight away. It's like, okay, get me what I need to do today, or help me achieve this and achieve that.
So let's say I'm using the app and you're getting an understanding of my key desires, my wants, my goals. You're managing my expectations. They are incrementally going to get better every day rather than the expectation is wild too quickly. Are you just kind of tracking my activity and you kind of analyzing how I exercise, when I'm, I don't know, checking my emails, when I'm kind of alert, when I'm on. Am I a morning person? Am I an evening person? How does this kind of start to get to know me?
Definitely, that's a brilliant question, and I will try to answer it without giving away so much, because I know that we need to be clever here in the space. The key thing is setting the goal for the AI. The AI goal is to understand Mark as much as possible, to help Mark as much as possible. It's all about patterns, and it's all about what works best for you. And it's all about as well, keeping the privacy and the responsible use of AI at the same time. So everything that the AI needs from Mark to understand Mark needs to consent to it. And also anything it needs to provide you with a tailored service, it will only use it for that time to provide you with a service, but it doesn't need to keep it. I'm a true believer as an AI expert, we do not need to keep that information about people, and we do not need to repurpose it. And anyone who can will disagree with me on that. I can have a whole debate about it. And as an advocate and a person, about it, talks a lot about ethical AI and being part of the EU Act, policies, conversations. I'm really happy about the progress happening now. I want to set a new standard of practice for AI. We only need to use what we need to use to provide the services that we need to provide. And we do not need to, keep things, there's no need for certain practices are not necessary at the moment. The AI can get, clever without that. That's from that angle.
So you're being very purposeful about how you're designing it and utilizing the data and trying to do what you need with it rather than kind of offer egg the cake. Lidia, what's been some of the feedback from people that have used this? Do you find that it's kind of getting them in terms of kind of the usage? Because so many of us try different products and services. There's 67,500 AI products out there now. So how do you kind of keep those people engaged doing it? Because we're all trying different things all the time, and making things stick is a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have been working on our proof of concept for the last year, really. I've kind of tested stuff on myself, and I'm encouraging my team as well to test things on themselves. So we kind of been guinea pigs for a lot of it. And then also I've been working with private clients. So I've been coaching people using that methodology, using the lean methodology, evaluation where their time and resources are going, and keeping it, very adaptable. Our vision is that the fairness of wellness, which I get that it sounds very corny as I said it, but it's all about accessibility, affordability, and being adaptable. So well-being should not be a luxury, and why one size doesn't fit all. So I've worked with various people from different parts of lives, whether at work, sort of people that we know and outside of work, some family even in Poland. So when we first sit down, obviously it's a little bit of confusion, because it's like, okay, why do I have to kind of tell you exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and how I feel doing it? But as we get to the end of the session, it kind of makes sense, and that sort of takes people out of the trenches. So it takes people outside of their day-to-day just doing things, takes them to kind of high-level view of, okay, this is my day, this is how I'm spending my time, and this is how I feel doing different activities. And some of it doesn't make me feel so good, so maybe let's do less of that. And then I've also go through, what do you want to improve? We go through different questions for mind, body, and soul. So mind being, the conversations that I'm having, the things that I'm watching, my job, body being obviously physical body, which is kind of the easiest. It's your diet, it's your movement, it's your exercise. And then soul being things that spark joy. So, time with your family, time with your friends, and so on. And then we kind of look at how people feel in different aspects of their life, and we implement changes to the things that they feel the worst about, if that makes sense. And then we start slowly creating like a 12-week improvement roadmap. So week 1, maybe drink a little bit more water, maybe go for a 5 minutes walk. Week 2, we sort of keep adding different activities. So a lot of feedback is when they look at it in week one, because it's sort of broken down into very small pieces, it's digestible, it's very doable. So it's not, okay, tomorrow you're going to go to the gym and do an hour in the gym. That seems like, from a person who, spends maybe 10 hours of the day just sitting down in front of their PC, that seems like it's not something I can do. But if you just, 5 minutes sort of intervals, or maybe get up 5 minutes early, or, to do certain things in the evening to set yourself up for success. So because it's so small and digestible, it's doable, it doesn't scare them. And as they start doing it within a week or two, they sort of feel empowered because they start feeling a change in their body straight away, whether it's your body, mind, and it's all. And I think having a space to actually look at your life and having a safe space to vocalize what isn't working is already a huge step forward. It all starts with knowing what doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
So the feedback from different people has been amazing. I was working with a lady who has 2 kids, and she just went back into work, and she was between going back into a full-time employment, managing a team, having 2 kids. She could hardly find the time for herself, but just because she was able to get 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, all of a sudden that 10 minutes became an hour of her doing puzzles, because she realized that that's what I like. And that hour a week nearly gives her energy to show up for her family. So the feedback has been, and that's only one of the examples, but the feedback has been really good.
So it's great because you've taken a vision which is, wellness, spirituality, kind of feeling kind of fit, and then you kind of got a psychological element in terms of what gives you energy and you kind of your higher purpose, and then you kind of document what's making you feel good, and then some of the challenges you have, or probably the limiting beliefs that's kind of holding you back, and then incrementally building on that from the kind of personalization perspective or what works for you. And then there's the coaching element where you're kind of giving insights and giving feedback to try to help you kind of go on that journey that you can actually suppose impact the areas that are most important to you. But it's not like you're kind of eating a whole elephant. It's kind of piece by piece, and then you're helping people along the way. And I'm guessing from the analytics that you're going to be able to have on certain people, you'll be able to spot trends. But as more people use it, you'll be able to maybe have more personalized advice, but then more general advice to different certain sectors.
Absolutely.
Or diversity that you'll be able to bring in. As well, and then by using AI, but also being very cognizant about how you're actually utilizing the technology to just use for what you need, and then make sure that there's kind of a golden thread in terms of the vision on that. Amy Awad and Lidia Juskowiak, thank you very much for being on the AI Ireland podcast. And we've been speaking about AI, and in the months to come, we'll be seeing more and hearing more about your wonderful application. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure.
I'm really excited to unveil my new book, AI Unleashed, Navigating the AI Revolution as a Business Executive, which is now accessible to purchase on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. This publication is the fruit of half a decade's worth of meticulous research and high-level conversations with experts in the field, both in Ireland and globally. The book is particularly timely, featuring current discussions on AI governance in the European Union and North America. If you're aiming to grasp the full scope of AI, ready your enterprise for its transformative power, and utilize it to your advantage, this book is specifically crafted for you. It serves as a pragmatic guide, clarifying misconceptions and presenting real-world insights for leaders entering the AI sphere. The book covers an extensive array of subjects, from AI's role in diverse industries to generative AI applications, and provides guidance on avoiding typical missteps in AI initiatives, all supported by the most recent studies. Additionally, the book highlights case studies and applications that have earned accolades at AI awards throughout the years and emphasize top-notch AI utilization in Ireland. For executives, poly-architects, or technology aficionados seeking to make sense of the intricate world of AI, AI Unleashed, Navigating AI Revolution is your essential handbook. So it's now available on Amazon. This book furnishes you with the expertise and instruments required to deploy AI both effectively and ethically.